You take me home and give me wings to fly. We can be alone in a castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me.
Hi there, and welcome back to Storybook Crochet. In today's video we are going to be making this adorable little lemon with a little heart leaf on the top. This pattern works up super quickly and it's very easy. It's great for beginners. So for supplies, you're going to need two different colors. So today I'm making a yellow one with a pale green leaf, but I've also made the pink ones, which I think are super cute, with the green leaf. So you're going to need a 3.5 or US E-hook. You're going to need two 12mm safety eyes, some scissors, a yarn needle, a stitch marker. You're also going to need some fiber fill, and then also a small amount of white yarn to line the eyes with. So let's grab all of those supplies and we'll get started. Alright, so starting with round one, we're going to start with a magic ring, and to do this, I go ahead and hold the tail over your 3 fingers here, and then wrap it around over the top. Once you have that done, take your hook under both pieces of string, and then you're going to grab the top one, pull it through. Alright, at this point I just hold it on the hook and remove it from my fingers. That can be a little tricky sometimes, and then chain 1. Alright, once you have that done, your ring is secure, so you're going to go ahead at this point and make 6 single crochets around your ring. Okay, so once you have those 6 made, you're going to take that short tail and pull on it, and that closes the opening and finishes off round number 1. So for round 2, we're going to just single crochet around 1 in each stitch around. So for round 1 you had 6 stitches, for round 2 you will also have 6 stitches. So you're going to just go into that very first single crochet you made from round 1 and make a single crochet. And then you're just going to repeat that around a total of 6 times. Alright, so once you have that done, you can pull on that tail a little bit to tighten that so you don't have any opening there. We're going to go ahead and just kind of pop the tip of the lemon out there so it looks like that. Alright, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and grab my stitch marker here, and I put mine in the last stitch of each round. Alright, so moving on to round number 3, we're going to increase around. So this means we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. So go into that next stitch there and make 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets, both in the same stitch. And then just again repeat that around. So increase around, or 2 single crochets in each stitch, and after round 3 you're going to have a total of 12 single crochets. Alright, moving on to round number 3, we're going to start with 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to increase in the second stitch. So you're just going to repeat that around, so 1 single crochet, and then increase. So you'll repeat this a total of 6 times, and this is going to give you 18 single crochets at the end of round number 4. Alright, so for round number 5, we're going to start by making 2 single crochets, 1 in each of the first 2 stitches here. So 1 and 2, and then you'll increase in the third stitch. So again, that's 2 single crochets and increase around, and this is going to give you 24 single crochets at the end of round number 5. So round number 6 is going to be our last increase round, and this time we're going to make 3 single crochets. After your 3 single crochets are made, you're going to increase. So repeat that around, 3 single crochets and increase for a total of 30 single crochets. Alright, so again, that was our last increase round. So now for rounds 7 through 13, we're just going to single crochet around. So you'll just put 1 in each stitch. Each round is going to consist of 30 single crochets, and this will be a total of 7 rounds. So go ahead and finish off through round number 13, and then we'll move on together. Alright, so after round 13, this is what your lemon should look like. So at this point, we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to do 1 round of decreases, and then we're going to insert our eyes, so you'll want to grab those next. So to start round number 14, we're going to start by making 3 single crochets. Alright, after your 3 single crochets, you're going to decrease. And for those of you who are not familiar with that, I'll show you how to do that. So instead of going under both loops like normal, you're just going to insert your hook under that front loop only and pull your yarn through. Then you're going to insert your hook into the next front loop only and pull that yarn through. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So we turned those 2 stitches into 1. So you're just going to repeat that pattern around, 3 single crochets, and then decrease. Alright, so repeat that around, and then at the end of this round you'll have a total of 24 single crochets. Alright, so at this point we're going to go ahead and add our 12mm safety eyes. So we're going to insert these between rounds 12 and 13. So you just start at the top and count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So between the 12th row and the 13th row, you're going to insert your first eye. And then you're just going to come over a few spaces and insert your second eye. So we've got 2 spaces or 2 stitches, or you could even go over one more and have 3 stitches between each eye. So I think that looks pretty good. So once you have your placement where you want it, go ahead and just snap the backs on. Okay. So next you're going to want to grab your white yarn here and your yarn needle. And then to line the eyes, I come up through the inside of the lemon here to the very top of the first eye. And then pull that through, and then I come down about 3/4 of the way down the side of the eye and go back through to the center. Just give that a little tug, and then you're just going to repeat that for the second eye. Okay, make sure those are good and snug, and you can always add a little bit of glue to hold those down better if you need to. So when I'm finished, I go ahead and just tie this off. Just make sure you don't tie it too tight or it's going to pull those together, so make sure they're flat when you do this. And then I put about 3 knots in it. Alright, when you're finished with that, you can just stuff the tails inside of the lemon here. And then that's finished. You can also take a small amount of a little bit darker color of a pink here to make the little cheeks. And that's what that should look like. Alright, so moving on to round number 15, we're going to make 2 single crochets. And then we'll decrease over the next 2. So just repeat that around a total of 6 times, and this is going to give you 18 single crochets at the end of this round. All Alright, so before we move on, we're going to grab some fiberfill and start to stuff this. So you want to make sure you stuff it pretty firmly, and then you can add some more with each round before we close. Alright, moving on to round 16, we're going to start by making 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then decrease over the next 2. So just like before, repeat that around, 1 single crochet and decrease for a total of 12 stitches at the end of this round. So for round 17, we're just going to decrease around. So you're just going to make a total of 6 decreases, one right after the other. And this is going to give you a total of 6 single crochets at the end of this round. Don't forget to also add some more fiber fill to finish stuffing the lemon so it's evenly filled. Alright, so our last round, round 18, we're just going to single crochet around. So you're just going to make a total of 6 single crochets. Alright, so once you have that last stitch made, you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch there to finish this off. So pull that through, pull a loop up a little bit, and you just need a little bit shorter of a tail, doesn't need to be super long. Go ahead and pull that tail through your loop and pull it tight. Once you have that done, you're going to grab your yarn needle, and then we're going to go ahead and close this opening. So I go into the next stitch and out the one after that. Once you do that, each time you're going to just pull that to cinch it closed. Alright, once that's done, you're just going to weave this through a few times to make sure that's good and secure. So I just come through the back of the lemon, make sure that's got the shape that you want there, and then just weave that through one more time. And go ahead and snip that off. Alright, so our lemon is done. So next you're going to want to grab your green yarn so we can make our little heart leaf for the very top of it. Alright, so using our green yarn, we're going to go ahead and make a magic ring. And for our heart, all of our stitches are going to be worked in this magic ring. Okay, so when you chain, make sure you do a chain of 2 instead of 1 like we did last time. Alright, and that does count as our first stitch. So next we're going to make 2 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into your ring, pull up your loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first 2, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So we made our first double crochet. So you're going to repeat that and make a second double crochet. Alright, so we have our chain of 2 and 2 double crochets. Next we're going to make 2 half double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, and pull up your loop. Again, you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, and this time you're going to pull through all 3. And that is your first half double crochet, and then you're going to make a second one. Okay, so after your 2 half double crochets, we're going to make 1 double crochet. Alright, and this is going to be the bottom tip of the heart. After that, we're going to make 2 half double crochets. Okay, and once those 2 are complete, you'll make 2 double crochets. Okay, and then after those 2 are complete, you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to slip stitch into the ring. Right, once you have all that complete, you're going to take that tail and you're going to pull on that to close the opening. And you want to pull fairly tightly so you don't have a hole in the center. Move that tail out of the way, and then you're going to just pull up that loop a little bit so we can finish this off. You'll cut a little bit of a tail here as we're going to use this to sew it onto our lemon. Okay, so pull that end through and pull that tight. And there is our heart leaf. So now we need to go ahead and weave in the center tail here. And I do this through the back of the heart. So I'll just go through the back stitches there, go one way, and then go the opposite way. And that ensures that that won't unravel on you. Go ahead and snip that off. And then I like the heart, the tip of the heart coming off of the lemon. So to do that, we need to weave in our tail here to the very tip of the heart. So go ahead and I just go on the other side and weave it through to the very tip. And then now we can sew it onto our lemon. Okay, so grab your lemon here and figure out which side you want to sew it onto. I think I'll do mine on the left side here. And you're just going to grab a stitch on the lemon and then come up through the tip on the heart. And then I go grab another stitch on the lemon and come through the next side of the tip of the heart. Okay, and that makes sure it's good and attached there. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and bring it to the back of the heart again and weave that in. Okay, and then just cut that off once you're finished with that. All right, and your lemon is finished. All right, so if you enjoyed this pattern, let me know in the comments below and let me know what color you made your lemon. I would also appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future patterns that I put out. I put out patterns every single week. As always, thanks for joining me and happy crocheting.
Won't you take me home?